Hello, everybody. Welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM Attleboro. I'm Christopher, the Sports Master, and I have a commercial for everybody. So this segment of 4 Deep Sports Talk is made possible by the generous support of Diesel District. Diesel District, the national fuel resource in 46 states, boasts a fleet of over 900 fuel delivery trucks. 4 Deep Sports Talk would like to congratulate Diesel District on its 25th year anniversary. Thank you, Diesel District, for your unwavering support, helping us provide a south platform for high school and youth athletes in southeastern Massachusetts. Now, today, for our show, we are highlighting the Wilmington Special Olympics softball team. Now, my first question for everybody is, what's your favorite positions to play in softball?
My favorite position to play in softball is second base.
My favorite position is shortstop.
Do you get? Yeah, like want to go out the room and like introduce yourselves and like what position you guys play and how long you guys have been coaching this team.
Well, my name's Leo Daly. I'm the head coach. I've been doing this for the last 2 years.
What's that question?
Do your position.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Justin Daly. I play for shortstop.
My name's Eli Newcomb, and I play second base.
My name's George Coffey. I'm one of the assistant coaches occasionally, and I'm the program coordinator, and this is my 33rd year with the Special Olympics.
All right.
Welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Welcome to the show. All right, so how is like the pitching? Who's in charge of like pitching to the players? Like, is it like an actual real game?
It is an actual real game. There's 10 athletes on the field, and the pitcher's underhand. I know that was one of your questions.
Yeah.
Baseball's overhand. Softball, they do underhand, and it has to be a slow pitch, nothing fast.
Yeah. So do you guys pitch to the players, or does the players pitch?
The players pitch to each other.
Oh, okay. All right. So.
What's your next question, old man? Just play off each other. Just keep on going.
Okay. What do you each think is the hardest part of softball?
What I think the hardest part of softball is usually trying to manage catching the ball after the batting person hits the ball.
What's your hardest?
My hardest thing for softball is catch a ball, sky, you see sun.
There's a lot of times, obviously, there's the big sun in the eyes.
So I got a question. So Nate Rollins from the Whitman Hanson Express wants to know what do you enjoy mostly about the group? You know, the team aspect. What do you players enjoy about that?
What do you enjoy about softball the most?
Yeah, the most, like being part of the team.
Well, we get to meet tons of new people and ended up having like lots of fun with each other and trying to win at least.
I'll tell you, from a coaching and a parent experience, because my son, I'm involved because of my son. Most of these athletes through the school system and everything, everyone's always telling them what they can't do, what their limitations are. And one of the things I've always said, and I believe, is that as coaches, we find out what you want to do, then find out what we have to do to help you to accomplish those things so you're successful. And I think that's the most important part. And for me, there's nothing better than seeing like a kid that maybe has never played ball before, and through practice and repetition in a game, they catch the ball hit to them at second base in Eli's case, and they make the throw to first and get the runner out. And they did it as well as any other baseball or softball player
Any level, yeah.
that's around. That's my biggest thrill, seeing these kids accomplish things that other people just didn't think that they would should even have the opportunity to do.
Now, what about you, Coach? I mean, at any level, I mean, this is It's organized softball is what it is, just at a different level. What is the hardest thing you coaches have, or you personally seen where you have that player and you know he can do it, but he's not catching on, but everybody in the field can see it as coaches? How do you try to interject the positivity? Because sometimes any athlete can be stubborn and not get it, that they're actually getting it, if that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, one of the biggest things is obviously, like I said, being a special athlete. You know, they might not know the game as well as obviously a regular baseball player. But, you know, if they make a mistake, you know, just try to cheer them on.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be a positive attitude.
Right.
You know, everybody makes mistakes. They're going to make more mistakes than others because of being special athletes.
It's learning. You learn that in life. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that goes with any sport. I mean, I've been involved with the Special Olympics in Attleboro a little bit, Taunton, and I've seen better athletes in the Special Olympics than I've seen on regular baseball and football fields, because the drive is there to do good. And you can see it in their faces when they want to make that play, make that catch, and just involve themselves in the whole team aspect of being involved. Hey, I just met a new friend. Where I think sometimes the other levels, they take it for granted. I hate to say it like that. And you'd be surprised. Again, I've seen some fantastic athletes that just absolutely surprise you. And you can just see the joy in their face when they make a play. And you just step back and like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe we could throw the ball that far. You know, because you take it for granted, because I think that sometimes our culture is that bad. You know what I mean? They don't appreciate, or they take it for granted until you see that kid, you know, that athlete make that play, make that catch. And you're like, oh my God, where did that blazing speed come from, you know?
Yeah. I like when, you know, so on that note, with like a pop-up, and you see the athlete going back, and it's almost like they have their eyes closed, and they just put their hand up, and it's like, oh, look what I found.
Yeah,
and
right.
Just a smile on their face. It's just
awesome.
terrific.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, some of these athletes have an intellectual disability, which makes learning a little bit more difficult for them. And they also, in some cases, have physical problems. And one of the things that I've seen over 33 years is the determination to get better, to play the game the right way. And it's a rare circumstance that you see a Special Olympic athlete in any sport to see one of them quit. They don't do it.
That's right. I totally agree with that. I've never seen a special athlete.
Yeah. And they're ferocious competitors. They'll knock you down and then shake your hand afterwards.
Right. All right, Ivan, this is from, I got one more question. I got a bunch of questions, but I just want to get this out, otherwise I'm going to get yelled at by these sports writers. So Tom Joyce from the Quincy Sun, how do you get people involved he says, how can people get involved with what they're doing and help the organization? So I guess get people involved. How do you guys try to do that, get more people involved?
I know George is always on Facebook.
We have our own Facebook page,
okay.
and I cross-post it to all our surrounding towns. But the other thing I do, and it embarrasses my family if they're with me, is if I'm out and I see someone with that has a child with them, sometimes a sibling, and I said, oh, that's a potential candidate for the Special Olympics. I just walk over and introduce myself, say, hey, do you play sports?
Yeah.
And we've picked up athletes that way.
That's how Ahmed Colombo used to do it at Brockton High. He'd walk right through the school and look at a big kid. Hey, you play football? Do you want to play football?
Yeah, and I do it everywhere and anywhere, no matter, every day of the week when I go out and about. I wear a shirt that says Whitman Special Olympics.
Nice.
I was just going to say that. You're never seen without it.
And if I meet you, I'm going to ask you if you would like to get involved or if you would like to donate some money to our program.
Right,
because I can't be embarrassed. It's not possible.
Right.
So I just go out and I just mention it. I think any of us that are involved, we owe it to any potential
athlete, right?
Athlete.
Yeah.
That they have the opportunity our kids have had. You know, I've coached my son for 20 some odd years, almost 30 years. Yeah, about 30 years. And he's had some great times. We represent Whitman in 2011. Whitman represented us in an international softball tournament. I mean, how many kids do you know, whether in a regular sports or in the Olympics, our type of sports, that have had a chance to represent their country in an international competition?
Coming from a small town, if you think
Yeah.
about it.
And I'll tell you, it was only our second year of existence as an organization.
Yep.
I still haven't figured out why the Special Olympics of Mass chose us.
Right.
We were a very small organization, brand new to it, but for some reason they chose us. And my son, he still has pictures on his computer and his iPad and a video that someone took of that, and he watches it every now and then because it was a great thing. But
Yep.
we've had all these competitions. I mean, it's just unbelievable the opportunity these kids get, and I try to share it with any kid I see that I think should be involved.
Right. Well, I'm thinking that they saw that team at that time and they were like, this team is really good. They gotta go. You know, and I think that's common sense. How are you doing, young lady?
Yeah, we have to almost get ready for our first break.
Almost? Is that like pretty soon?
Yeah.
Is that like a pretty soon? All right, so you ready? You want to take it out? It's up to
Oh,
you.
yeah,
What's
so-
up with the number 9 hat?
NASCAR.
NASCAR. Oh, no, it's NASCAR. Who's number 9?
Chase Elliott, he's the son of Bill Elliott.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. Want to make sure I got my drivers right.
All right, so you are watching 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM WARA. We are currently highlighting the Whitman-Hanson Special Olympics softball team. Oh, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is all one word, 4 Deep Sports Talk. And also follow our TikTok page as well. If I could find it on my phone. It is.
It's not good.
It is the word 4.deep.sports. That is the name of the TikTok page. So we will be right back with more right after these messages.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM Attleboro, and I'm going to attempt to do this again. This segment of 4 Deep Sports Talk is made possible by the generous support of Diesel Direct. Diesel Direct, the national fuel resources in 46 states, boasts a fleet of over 900 fuel delivery trucks. 4 Deep Sports Talk would like to congratulate Diesel Direct on its 25th year anniversary. Thank you, Diesel Direct, for your unwavering support in helping us provide a platform for high school and youth athletes in southeastern Massachusetts.
Perfect, like always. Quick shout out to Jim Sylvia, who's listening and watching at the Fall River Police Station. Jim is also the District 6 administrator for Little League. So I want to give him a shout out for watching. And if you guys want to dive in, I'm trying to make sure that these two sports writers' questions do not clash with your questions. So you guys keep on going. I'm going to mark them off as we're going through this interview here.
All right. What do you think is the best part of softball?
Well, I think the best part of softball is pretty much everything. Learning new things, meeting new people, and winning.
My best softball thing is help teammates do stuff and then keep it winning, try best.
All right, so what do you guys do to get prepared for upcoming games?
Tons of practice and if we fail something at one game, the next practice we'll try to learn it again and hopefully do better at the other game.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing we try to do. Is obviously, if something, I don't want to say fails in the game, but the very next practice we will definitely go over and try to correct that. Most of the time it does. Sometimes it doesn't sink in right away, but eventually they do get it.
Yeah, we're a little unusual in that our practices are roughly an hour and a half long, and they're 2 nights a week. Most teams practice 1 hour once a week. So we practice a lot more than most other teams. And the thing is, the athletes seem to enjoy the practices as much as they enjoy the games. They're competitive. When we split them up at a practice, we do have a little scrimmage. And, their best buddy who's sitting beside them on the bench is now their enemy. Because
That's like any other practice. Yeah. That's funny.
And they want to beat their friend as badly as possible, run up the score. Yeah.
Right now, is this an age group thing? How is this formatted?
The Special Olympics has age groups.
Yep.
We are what they call a senior division team.
Okay.
If any single player is 22 or older, then the team has to be a senior division.
Makes
If we
sense.
wanted to be in the lesser division, we'd have to take the 22 player off of the team. And I started the softball program. They didn't have softball program in Whitman Special Olympics until my son and I had joined. We were with Brockton softball, and they disbanded. And as far as I'm concerned, if someone wants to play, I don't care what the issues they have is. I don't believe we should ever say no. We should say yes and then work to help that athlete become successful. And whatever success is what they think it is, not what we think it is.
Yeah, good point. So now
I was
what's...
just going to say, the only problem with that sometimes is with the leagues, they only allow us a certain amount of players.
Oh,
Not
roster, right?
number for the
Yeah.
roster,
Yep.
to especially like the state games. So it's always tough to,
Well, then it really gets competitive.
yes.
Then sometimes you're unfortunately going to break somebody's heart.
Right, but I mean, what we try to do is, George, like you said, he goes out and gets anybody and everybody. We'll try to do 2 teams.
Or like a
If-
black and a red or
Yeah,
something
I mean,
like that.
if we can have enough, we'd do 2 teams. But this year we fell
Yeah.
2 players
We had
short.
21 players and really should have minimum of 12 in a team. So we were 3 players short. So we had to have 6 players not be on the roster for the state games, which is August 19th in Marlboro. If anyone wants to come out, 177 William Street, Marlboro.
That was excellent.
9
promotion. That was awesome.
But we lucked out this year because we had a number of players that dropped out of being at the tournament because of vacations and things like that, and we only had to knock 1 player off. And that player actually volunteered. He said, well, you can knock me off, but he's going to come to the games, and we're going to make him assistant coach for the day, so he'll still be
that's
involved.
pretty cool. Now, could you do that? Let's say you have 4 guys that can't make because of roster cuts, right? Can they still sit in the bench and be part of the camaraderie of the team?
Well, according to the rules, no, but I don't always tell them at Special Olympics what we're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna
Because I know that if they don't want those guys, those extra guys on our bench, they're not going to come over in a tournament and throw
Right.
them off the bench.
Coach, we're gonna mute that last comment out for TV. Just
No, it's okay. They know I do it.
you can't be the only one that does it.
Oh, no, I am not.
my
Absolutely
God.
not.
I'd like to meet the villain that says no to a kid. I mean, at this level, that's not cool.
No.
So it's Marlboro. Is this another tournament you guys are playing in?
This is a state
The
tournament.
actual state tournament.
How many teams are in it?
Well, at that venue, there's 12.
Yep.
I think there's 12 teams, but there's about 5 or 6 venues. They do them all over the state. Like
Oh,
it used to be that every team in the state went out to Naugatuck State Park
Yeah.
in Eastham, and there would be like 135 teams out there.
My
It was
goodness.
wild. It would be there a 3-day weekend, parties.
Well,
It
that's how
was-
they do that's how they do the AAUs and the leagues now anyway. Same idea.
but now they're broken up into regional sections.
And so that was my question. This is Lucy Cabral, by the way, here on 4 Deep Sports Talk. So what other towns or teams do you play?
Well, in our league, we play Wareham Vikings and Whitney Academy, who is in Franklin, RTR out of Marshfield, Situate Mariners,
Mariners.
who are our arch enemies because they've stolen some of our players and a coach. But we won't go into that. I'll be nice.
Sounds like going to Catholic school.
Oh, boy.
And who's the other two? Who did I miss?
Cardinal Cushing.
Cushion. There's Cardinal Cushion School in Hanover. And so we had, we actually, Whitman Special Olympics is the host, and we run our own league in the month of July. We're the only ones in the state that have their own league. And I'm the commissioner of the league. It's great.
So
My
it's actually
wife's
called
not
the
around, so I get to make the rules.
It's actually called the George Coffee
So George,
Tournament.
is it?
Love
Yeah.
it.
And
He
so
makes
we
all
all
the
play
rules.
games. We visit each other's fields. People come up to our fields. We're lucky. We have 2 great fields that are specifically softball fields. They're not Little League fields.
And where are they at?
They're behind the Whitman Middle School.
Okay.
The schools don't own them.
All right.
The
Good town.
Whitman Youth Baseball Association owns them.
Oh, nice.
And they have given us those 2 fields as side by side. We have all the striping equipment, mowers to do the fields up.
They haven't done over the girls' softball school at the high school yet, right? Isn't that just still dirt?
Yeah, I think it is.
It is still dirt
Yeah,
because
so-
I go to the high school.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? They haven't fixed it yet?
They
Because that
have-
would be pretty cool. A lot of these schools have the turf now. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, our field is natural grass, the infield is dirt.
Yep.
I was told, and I don't know how true it is, but I was told that they're gonna redo the infield and put grass on the infield.
Oh, that'd
And
be
I'm
cool.
not sure if we'd prefer grass or the dirt.
I'd say probably the grass because we have some players who, I mean, when they're in the field and, you get a hot shot,
Yeah.
the grass is going to slow it up
Yeah.
more than the dirt.
And some of these batters hit the ball, I mean, Justin, the outfield and center field is 280 feet. We used to have a fence, we're not sure where.
280 feet for a softball game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a poke.
yeah. You'd
Holy
be
smokes.
amazed to see how many times Justin has passed that by 20 or 30 feet in the
Really?
air. Oh, yeah,
Oh, I got to see this.
yeah. And the problem we have is we tell all our players, don't go into the trees because there's nothing but poison ivy out there.
So, are we ready to get going?
The time went away on this. So
All right,
we're
so let's do this. We'll step away. We'll take. Are you flashing? Or are you on or off? I'll come over in a second.
Oh, we're
not
flashing.
afraid to touch it. We're
All right.
flashing.
All right, so
Weird. It's never done that before.
All right, so hit that.
yeah, so 508
cut.
222 1320. We'll be right back. More with the Whitman Hanson Special Olympics softball team right after these messages.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, all one word. You can watch and see the guys in studio at 4deepsportstalk.com, FOUR, deepsportstalk.com. You can call in 508-222-1037, 1320, and we're talking the Special Olympics from Whitman and Hanson, right? Pretty much joined, right?
Yeah.
Right. And talking about the softball season, getting caught up in that, and then we also have a big tournament coming up on August 19th in Marlboro.
Yeah.
Right. So now I just want to might as well dive into my question. So we have different levels. The senior league starts from 22 on, right?
Yeah.
And what about the junior level? What age group is that? Is it called junior level?
They have 4 levels. They start at 8 years old. They don't have any programs, athletic competitions below 8. What they have is like training type things below
Oh, good.
8.
So they're learning the game and having
Yeah,
fun.
so
Awesome.
they go 12 to 8, 13 to 16.
Yeah.
Then they have 17 to 21, and then 22 plus.
And then that's your
Again, the way they determine what group you're in is by the oldest player, how old that player is. So if you have a bunch of 17-year-old players, if you have 9 17-year-old players and a
Yep.
22-year-old player, you're going to be in the 22 and up.
Where does a birthday have to fall to be considered 22
Um,
year age? You know how they do that in those other sports? There's a certain month.
It goes by January 1st.
Good, make it easy.
Yeah.
I used to hate that with football, and I don't know if Lucy remembers that when her kids played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you get maybe you had like kids.
Just like school.
Yeah.
Some schools, you know, if
Yeah,
you didn't make it by September 1st or something.
August 1st or something like
Yeah.
that. And
No,
then
they do the KISS method.
keep it. I love
Keep
that.
it simple, stupid.
That's me all day. That's so much easier. So as far as rules go, do you guys play infield fly, drop third strike, stuff like that yet, or no?
Infield fly rule
Yep.
is in the books. I can tell you, I've never seen it called. I've never seen it actually occur. So
Right.
I've never seen it called.
So no drop third strike or nothing like that, right?
No.
That's good.
We do, if it's a 3-2 count and you hit a foul ball, you get one more pitch.
Oh, good. So you're not out. You get another.
You're not out.
Okay.
Although this year at the tournament, they're giving us 3 foul balls, which are on a 3-2 count, which I don't know. Every now and then they do a rule and we all look at each other like, what? You know?
So it's third strike, you're out.
Yeah.
Third foul ball, you're out, or whatever. All right.
Yes, third foul ball.
And so how many umpires do you have in the league, actually?
Usually there's a home plate umpire and a field umpire, and he stations himself at first. Once there's a runner in first, he'll move to second. Now, during our tournament, umpires is kind of like a touchy subject.
I'm sorry.
Well, SOMA, Special Olympics Mass, SOMA supplies for our league and for the tournament, they supply umpires. This is the second year of our tournament, our own league. And last year and this year, they called me up and said, we can't get umpires for you. Getting umpires right now is difficult. I mean, I
know.
don't blame umpires for not wanting to be out there.
Well,
So
yeah, difficult for Soma, not for George Coffey.
Well,
Yeah.
He goes on his Facebook page.
I went on Facebook. Last year I went on Facebook, and it took 2 hours. I had 13 umpires. We only needed 4. I had 13. This year I did it, and 2 families, father and son and daughter, the Bakers, they came down and did field 1. And then I had the Getchell boys and their buddy Tom Crowley come down, and they did 3. It took me 15 minutes on Facebook to have them doing for us. One of the things, people in our communities that Whitman and Hanson and surrounding towns, they absolutely support us. I mean, we needed hockey uniforms one time, extra hockey uniforms, and at the time Soma didn't pay for them. We had to pay for them. Our hockey shirts were $170 each.
What?
Wow.
Well, the
Oh,
lady who
man.
preceded me, who ordered them, was insane. And why she got the beautiful, absolutely gorgeous shirts. But they weighed like 12 pounds. They had a panther that size on them.
They were the real deal for like ice hockey.
So,
Yeah, right.
So we needed extra uniforms because we had people that lost them. They get damaged. And when I found out how much they were, I was going to buy them. But I said, whoa, my wife will kill me. So I went on Facebook and I said, hey, folks, would anyone like to donate? And we raised $2,700 in pledges in 2 hours. It was crazy. I had 2 different people who offered to buy a complete set of everything we needed. And when I went to them, I said, listen, you guys don't have to. They said to me, no, take the money. Use it for something else as long as it's for the Special Olympics. I mean, really, the support we get from people.
That's
we do
really
one
cool.
fundraiser a year. We have, those calendars. We do the month of December.
Oh yeah, don't you get the breaks from each restaurant and stuff?
Yeah.
Like that's what the high school. And then high school kids now when I coached, it was they gave you like a credit card. And it had all the get 10% off at Bertucci's, whatever, 99
Yeah.
This is one of those calendars where it has different
restaurants.
different
Yeah,
prices.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's always
could
something
be
from a
a-
Red Sox player
yeah.
that's personally signed.
Oh, nice.
2 night
Yeah.
stay at some
Oh, great
hotel or
stuff.
something.
Yeah.
Gift cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
that's
sorts of
pretty
stuff.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And when we know that's coming, I order, calendars from Soma. They send them to us, and then once I have them in my possession, I go on Facebook. There's 9 towns I do, and the last 3 years we've sold more than any organization in the state.
Nice.
And we're not that big. I mean, it's not like we have 150 athletes. We have about 30 athletes. But the people in the surrounding towns, it's just unbelievable.
That's cool.
We say, hey, we need help, and they say, what can we do? People who have no one in Special Olympics, never been involved in Special Olympics, and they just, they donate.
That's so cool, though.
That's awesome. You guys get community support from other towns, and I'm sure within your own town, there's a lot of support, and it seems to work very well for you guys. So I want to hear more from the guys. What is your favorite part about being involved in playing softball? Aside from meeting new
Turn that mic right over so
people,
it's right in front of you. Attaboy. You're not going to
what do you love about this?
What I love about it is like meeting a lot of new people from around the state and just having fun and keeping in contact with the people that you met, and finally having fun at the games. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to do.
Nice.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite, old man?
My favorite thing is for softball is home runs.
From what I can hear, you can tag the ball. Do you have a video of that?
I don't, but I'm sure someone.
I'll
wanna
reach
put
out
that-
on
Really?
I'm
Facebook
sure
to
someone
all of
does.
our
Yeah, we'll
people,
put that
and
on
I'll
the
ask if
show.
anyone's got one.
So you hit a lot of home runs?
280 feet.
Come on.
That's what he just said.
Wow.
Yeah, we had one game early in the season where he was 3 for 4. He had 3 home runs and a double.
Wow.
My
Oh,
God.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I think he had.
The hardest problem we have is when they're running the bases is getting them to stop.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
They just want to keep going.
That's like any aggressive runner, though.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
wow. Well, good for you.
I think he had 12 home runs last year.
Yeah, 12 dingers.
12 dingers. Yeah.
Jeepers, girl. Wow.
Yeah, and that was in 8 games.
We gotta come broadcast the game. That'd be so much fun.
Oh, it would. It
And actually,
would.
this year he was very upset because when we first came down to the field, for some reason they removed the fence.
I wonder why.
And that was the first thing he said. Where's the
Where's
fence?
the fence?
Right. Well, you
Yeah.
probably get the those ballparks where it's all you can get. Right. There's no fence. You just run it out. Yeah. I like the fence. 280 feet. Holy smokes.
Yeah, well, something to aim for there. That's why the
That's
fence is
exactly
there.
what it is. He looks forward to it every time he gets up.
Wow.
He must have
That's great.
unbelievable bat speed. What size bat do you swing? You know,
32 inches, I think.
30. What is there a drop? Is there Oh, it's a softball bat, right?
Softball bat.
Do they do like drop 3 and drop 7 and all those other, like the baseball bats?
I don't know.
No.
I don't
No, it's
think
not
they-
like
I didn't think
baseball.
Yeah, no, they don't.
So it's
do
a
that.
32-inch? Who makes the bat, do you remember?
It was Mariucci.
Oh, that's an illegal bat, that's why. Oh, that's so cool.
So how long have you guys been playing together?
Well, Justin's been playing
I think four, I think.
4 years.
And how many?
I've just started playing this year with softball.
Wow.
We started the program, the softball program, in 2009, and I still have 6 players from that year that are still playing, including my son.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
That's
my
awesome.
son is.
You ain't going nowhere, Coach. Stop
Yeah.
playing, lady. You're not
Nah.
going nowhere.
I wish I could keep doing it, but I really just can't, and I've quit 3 times. But this time,
He's not going anywhere though.
this time, my doctor and my wife said you're done. So,
Right. Well,
you
can't
know.
you just keep the scoreboard, be the scoreboard guy on the bench? You don't have to coach the
Well,
bases.
I'll be going because I take my son to all the practices, and
Yeah.
and because I'll be one of the parents, this will be my opportunity to sit and question everything Leo
I know I
does.
just met you, but I'm going to call you a liar. There's no way you're living.
I'm going to make his life miserable.
You're going to be one of those obnoxious parents. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I don't need training on that.
Right? Yeah, just look at the Yankees manager who keeps on getting himself thrown out of the games. Oh, that's funny. How we doing over there, young lady?
20 seconds? 15
Yeah,
seconds to our
20
next break?
seconds.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we'll step away. You are watching and listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We have this, we have the distinct privilege, I try to say it, I'm terrible at it, of having the Whitman and Hanson softball team, actually their senior division, here in studio. You can call back at 508-222-1320. When we come back, we'll be back with them and more right after this. And then you missed one more. That's fine.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. We are continuing highlighting the Hanson Special Olympics softball team. Now, my next question is, do you like to travel for softball games?
I like to travel, but I prefer to stay home a lot.
Yes, I like travel. I don't like taking buses.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you either.
Did you want to dive in, coaches?
Well, if I was traveling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I mean, luckily, the 7 games we played this year, we only had to travel twice, and one was basically one town over, but then the other one we had to go to Wareham, which was
Oh, that's not
which
too
was,
bad, yeah.
it was a little ways considering what we're used to, but
3.
what was the third one?
RTR.
Cardinal
Marshfield.
Cushion.
Yes, I
Cardinal
stand
Cushion
corrected.
RTR, and
Yeah, we had played RTR at Marshfield High School.
My God, the players showed up. They just bailed you guys out.
So guys, who are your favorite players?
I don't really have favorite players, but I just like the main Massachusetts sports.
Like what?
Who's your favorite baseball player?
Fernando Dantis.
Fernando Tatis.
Really? Why's that?
He's played shortstop.
Oh, there you go.
Ah.
Because you play shortstop as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
My favorite was Ted Williams, and I actually saw him
there
play.
you go.
Wow.
Matter of fact,
saw him in a movie once.
he used to have a baseball camp, and I went to his baseball camp.
Wow.
Is that when he had it in Lakeville?
Yeah.
Is it, you know, it's Ted Williams
Yeah,
camp.
and he was
Right.
teaching us all how to bat, and none of us could do, you know.
He's a 400 grade.
What about you, Coach? Who's your favorite baseball player?
My favorite baseball player is Dwight Evans.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, that's my favorite play too.
Who did he play for?
The Red Sox.
Played for the Red Sox.
Way before your
He
time.
was their right fielder.
Way before your time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Funny thing is, he never would have played if Tony Canigliaro hadn't got.
True.
Yeah, you don't know what was
Yeah.
going to happen with Tony. Well, they would have moved him over to left field or something. He's too good of an athlete not to put
Yeah.
in the game. But
But-
yeah, you don't know.
He was as good as Dwight in the outfield. He was unbelievable.
Yeah. So they get hit with that ball.
So who would you guys say is your biggest motivation? Like, who do you look up to?
My biggest motivation is my mom and my grandmother.
Who do you look up to, Justin? Remember, I'm sitting right here.
I'd laugh if he shaved the dog if you ever do.
My dad.
Good answer.
Good answer, right?
That was almost like a bad movie script right there.
What about you, coaches?
My biggest influence was my
Yeah.
parents. Definitely my parents. They supported me in anything I ever did, sport-wise, career-wise, whatever. So definitely my parents.
My motivation is my son, Jimmy. When he was in school, he was in all the special needs classes and everything. And all people ever told us was what he wouldn't be able to do as he got older. And they never asked him any questions. They just said to him and to my wife and I, he won't be able to do, he'll never be gainfully employed. He won't be able to graduate from high school. And he graduated from high school on time. He never took a special needs language course or math course. He took regular courses. He works 3 part-time jobs. He's a supervisor where he works.
Nice.
And he's played like 4 or 5 different sports for over 25 years over. And he's my motivation. He's the reason I started coaching. He's the reason I still do it. And all of the athletes, though, you get out there, and we have egos as coaches. We want to have winning teams and everything. But then when we look at some of the athletes and some of the things they've overcome, it's just amazing. We have players that are Down syndrome, and Down syndrome people to this day are still told, you'll never do this, you'll never do that. And yeah, they don't play as good as everyone else because of the limitations they have, but they're out there and they're trying,
Yeah.
and that's much more impressive to me than someone has a lot of natural ability and skates through.
Yeah, true. That's so true. So my question to you two players is, we get a lot of listeners and viewers. So what advice can you give these guys or girls that are listening or watching right now off the Facebook channel, YouTube channel, to participate in softball?
My advice is, well, you get to meet new people and try new things out, and importantly, win and have fun.
There you go.
What would you tell them, Justin?
Yeah, what advice could you give them, Justin, if you wanted to get people involved in softball?
I had nothing.
You have nothing? That's fine.
Maybe
That's
like
fine.
it's a fun sport to play or something like that.
Yes, it's fun to play sports.
It's all right. It might come back to you later. We can go right back to the question. I do it all the time.
Like do whatever makes you like have fun, like something like that.
Yeah.
Now, while you have the mic, I have another question for you players. Coming into the season, right? You guys played. Now, how many years have you played? This is your 6th year?
This is his 4th year.
4th year and your first year. Oh, so it's your first year. So this is more towards you. What did you want to work on going into? Was there a certain thing you wanted to really? I know you're not worried about your hitting, that's for sure. Were you more worried about base running, reacting to the ball as it's coming at you? Was there something you wanted to work on coming into the season as a
Yeah.
player?
I want working on like double plays, ground
Double
plays,
Yep.
or
Yep.
triple.
Nice. Triples. Wow.
We had a game this year where both teams performed triple plays during the game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
We actually had a girl that used to play for us many, many years ago. And she was playing second base, and she was at second base because of a physical issue. That's the base where she would have to move the less, not
Right.
because
So it
she
made
would-
sense that she could
Yeah.
have fun there.
not because she was a good second baseman.
Right.
But she put it there, and she did everything we asked her to do in practice and everything. And she caught a pop fly, tagged second, and threw to first, and had an unassisted triple play.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, we immediately nicknamed her Triple Play.
Oh.
That's what we
Oh,
called
wow.
her after that.
Call her
Hey,
TP.
TP.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Now she moved to Santa Monica with her family, and she's been gone for 8 years, maybe.
Yep.
They're still on our to be on our Facebook page. You have to ask, and we
Right.
let you in. I'm the administrator. She's still on the page, and she follows us. She and her family, they follow us to this day, and she 8 years later, she's a hey coach. She still calls me coach.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Give her those memories she'll never forget. That's really cool.
yeah.
That's because things run right. You know what I mean? And you see it a lot with
Well,
Special
I
Olympics.
actually wanted to elaborate on one thing. Like, I just wonder, like, what are the odds of like seeing a triple play happening? Like, not just like in softball, like you guys are in now, but like when you watch professional baseball, like on TV.
That happened to the Red Sox this year. Didn't they get a triple play
Yeah.
put on
It
them,
did,
right?
it did.
You might
Like-
see one a year.
Maybe
in the
one,
in the
yeah.
major leagues, you might see one a year.
Yeah.
Like,
It
we
was-
rarely see any triple plays.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's true. That's true, yeah.
Well, when you think of all the things, you have to have more than one runner on base.
Yeah. Different scenarios, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't hit it to a Red Sox infielder.
Especially, I tell you, I went to the game where they blew that game on the base running era that Saturday with my brother. I couldn't believe I saw that in real time. That was the worst thing I ever saw in my life. It was unbelievable.
It happens.
Yeah, we've had some interesting base running experience.
Yeah, but these guys, like other athletes at their age, are not developed yet as a pro. Pros shouldn't be making those stupid mistakes, base running errors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These kids are young, and you know what I mean. They're doing it for the fun, just like the other levels. At the same time, if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. But a pro, getting paid all that money, you don't even know how many outs are on the base path. You kidding me?
I have something that I say all the time to the players, and it's that you play the way you practice.
Practice as you play. Yep.
So if in practice you don't do it right, you're not going to do it right in the game. You're not going to all of a sudden do it right. It's almost nagging. I've said it so often over the years. And when you see professional athletes do it, you know they're not practicing right.
Yeah, exactly. Or they're not thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'll tell you something. Our guys love to practice.
Right.
They might gripe about Leo and they might gripe about me, but they don't gripe about practicing. They enjoy coming to practice. And like I said, we do it 2 nights a week, a total of 3 hours. We're the only ones that do that. And we do it, first of all, because the players need it. It's good for them. Keeps them away from criminal activity. Yeah.
Way to motivate them, coach.
And they have fun doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because, once you get involved and you get your routine going, 3 hours are going to fly by. Same when I had to practice for high school football. You sit there, they're warming up. Next thing you know, you're doing this, you're doing that. Oh, the bus is coming. You got to catch the bus. That's because it's a great system and it's working.
It happens a lot. I mean, what we usually do in practice is we'll first work on our fielding.
Yeah.
And then after we do our fielding, then we'll have everybody get up and do some hits or whatever. And we usually try to let them do like maybe 3 or 4 hits, but then all of a sudden we're looking at the time. It's like, okay, now it's 2 or 3 hits, and then it goes down to 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, oh, we're still gonna hit. We're still gonna hit. Like, well, we are, but we are running short on time.
So yeah, Nate Rollins is saying that he wants to confirm that you are retiring soon.
Yeah, tell him the next 2 times he does my lawn, he can do it for free.
I'll let him know.
He owns a
fine.
landscape company.
Yeah, him,
And
yeah,
he
him and
could-
his uncle, yeah.
Yeah, they do my house every other week.
Every other week.
All right,
Wait.
so we gotta take our last break.
Is this it? We're getting off the air?
Our last break.
Oh, it's our last break.
Yes.
Can't be our last break. We gotta be getting ready to get off the air. It's the top of the hour. What time is on the great time?
1 o'clock.
Oh, we gotta go.
No. 12:55.
Yep, all right, so we got 4 more minutes.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Do you
Yep.
want to?
That went by fast.
Yeah, it did.
Do you want to mention our Facebook page?
I
Because
want you
if
to-
anyone
yep.
wants to contact
And the
us,
volunteers, before we go, if you could please do that. Mention the volunteers and the Facebook page.
because no
before we
matter
go.
what town someone's from, if they're looking to get involved, I'll help them find, whoever's running in their town, the program.
Yeah, so if you could mention some of the volunteers now, so we don't forget about them, so you don't get yelled at when you get home. So, if you, just off the cuff, whatever you can remember, and then anything else you want to mention, because we have literally 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if anyone wants to contact us and get information about joining the Special Olympics, on Facebook, it's Whitman Special Olympics, all one word. And just request to join. I'll let you join to answer any questions. And, on the volunteers, we have one family, the Baker family. Their daughter was an assistant hockey coach. And their son, Robbie, is an umpire and an assistant coach. He's been with us 3 years. And then we have a young man named Evan Shaw, or Show. I never can say his name right. He's 15 years old, and he's been with us a couple of years doing hockey and doing softball. This year it got curtailed. He's working with his dad. But we have a lot of people that volunteer to do a lot of stuff for us. And most of them don't have anyone that has any kind of disability. The Baker's a perfect example. Dad showed up with his 2 kids, and they took over one of the fields for the tournament. And other than Leo giving him a hard time on 2 calls, he had a great day.
That's my job.
Okay. How are we doing, kid? I don't mean to bug
It's
you.
12:57 right now. I got the music started just in case.
All right, real fast. So Jim Sylvia, the gentleman I told you before, him and his twin brother Jeff, they run the Challenger division in Little League. Same
Oh, yeah.
idea as
Yeah.
and they've been doing it forever. So he just wanted to give a shout out to you guys, commend you and the coaches and all their volunteers taking your time, because some people might not have kids and they just love to do it, just like any other youth
Yeah.
group. You know what I mean? So Jim just wanted to make sure I got the word out on that. So we're ready to sign off.
Yeah, just about.
12:58.
12:58,
So I do
yep.
want to give a shout out and thank you guys for coming
good.
in today.
I'm glad you said that. Sorry.
To Smithfield Little League out of Rhode Island. They're going to Cooperstown. They're going to Williamsport. I'm sorry. And their first game is, I believe, next Wednesday. So they notched it last night, beating out New York.
Oh, nice.
So congratulations.
Oh, that's right.
Smithfield.
They were on
Rhode
TV
Island.
too. Yeah, they were on
Yeah,
TV. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, congrats,
Very
Smithfield.
exciting.
We gotta try to get them in there. You have contacts with those kids?
Well, in Rhode Island, my husband and I used to basically support Riverside Little League and the Challenger division over there. So as far as the contact, not off the top of my head.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
For Luce Cabral, Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC, the sports master himself, Justin Ferrer, Antron Peoples, he's still away. I'm Dominic Damiano. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.